Lost Caverns of Ixalan is coming out soon, but there's already a lot of dinosaurs that are in the standard game for Magic the Gathering. I'm going to be tier ranking them all, so you know which ones are good to buy before Lost Caverns of Ixalan releases. This is our tier list, and now we just need the dinosaurs. We'll go to Scryfall, get all of the dinosaurs that are legal in standard. And it looks like there's 19 of them. Alright, starting off with my favorite dinosaur, we have Ancient Imperiosaur. This one's kind of insane, but you have to have a dex built specifically around it. It doesn't work very well on its own. Because of the build around requirement, I'm putting it in A. That's a requirement that the next dinosaur, Ixalan Primal Conqueror, doesn't have. Ixalan can really go in any sort of red deck, and it goes in a lot of Atraxa decks, which are non-red decks. They're white, blue, black, and green, but Ixalan still somehow makes his way into the deck. That makes him an S tier card. Ixalan is from Ixalan, and so is the next of our dinosaurs. Galta and Mavrin is a dinosaur vampire, which is insanely powerful, just a 7-mana 12/12 with trample that makes a bunch of tokens. The only problem with it is I haven't seen it played anywhere. It didn't do very well in Limited when I've played March of the Machines Limited. It didn't do well in Standard. I've played a lot of Standard on Arena, and I've never seen this card played. And I haven't seen any Commander decks built around it. So, because it's not played ever, it has to go in the B tier. While Galta isn't played very much, the next one, Giant Cinder Maw, I think we'll start to see more play. As more and more Golgari food decks come around, the ability to stop players from gaining life when they eat is very powerful. And as more dinosaur synergies come around, this will only get better. Cinder Maw will hopefully start to see more play, but a card that's already seen a lot of play is Goldforged Theopteryx. This white-blue Legends Matter dinosaur is super powerful. Ward 1 doesn't seem like a lot, but when every creature requires an extra 1 mana to attack or kill, it's insane. You can't deal with these Esper Legend decks. So that's why Goldforged Theopteryx is S tier. The only other white dinosaur on this list, Harness Snubhorn, is a completely different story. I haven't even seen this card before, so I had to give it a quick read before placing it on the tier list. This card is pretty bad. A 4-mana 2/5 with Vigilance is an alright body, good on block, good on attack, because they likely won't be able to trade. And you get to reanimate some stuff. What do dinosaurs have to do with reanimating stuff? It's not a very good dinosaur. This is going straight to the C tier. It's definitely worse than Galta and Mavrin. Next up is a battle, which itself isn't a dinosaur, but the backside, Zilortha Apex of Ikoria, is a dinosaur. A very powerful one, in fact. The battle can be played for just 2 mana, so 2 mana and 6 damage for an 8/8 seems like a very reasonable rate. Especially with dinosaur synergies coming soon, I feel like this card is going to be very good. The front side, the battle side, can also help you to get any other dinosaur you could want. The new Galta seems like a good target for the front side here. Invasion of Ikoria goes in the A tier. Invasion of Ixalan is also a dinosaur on the back, so it goes on our tier list as well. It helps you get some selection. It's not a tutor like Invasion of Ikoria, but it's still very good at getting you the creatures you want. Because it's not quite as good and versatile as Invasion of Ikoria, it goes 1 tier lower in B tier. While most of these have just been dinosaurs or dinosaur beasts or even a dinosaur thopter, the next one definitely has the weirdest type line yet. Ape Dinosaur Turtle, Kogla and Yidaro. Apart from its insane type line, it's also got insane power and toughness and some crazy awesome abilities. It's creature removal with the fight ability, it's super aggressive with the trample and haste ability, it's enchantment or artifact removal with the discard ability, and when you do discard it, you can just get it back into your deck. This is for sure an S tier card. Next up is Rampaging Geoderm, and this was the signpost uncommon for the red-green battles archetype during March of the Machine. Now, if a signpost uncommon isn't the definition of a B tier or like the middle of the pack, then I don't know what is. So sadly, this card is going in B tier. This card is awesome, but it just really can't be as good as any of the other ones that are higher, and it's not nearly as bad as Harness Snubhorn. Another rampaging dinosaur from March of the Machine is Rampaging Raptor. This one was super popular when it was spoiled. 4 mana, 4/4 with trample and haste is a very good aggro piece. And as dinosaur synergies keep getting more and more, especially with Lost Caverns of Ixalan, this is going to be insane. This is another S tier card. I'm noticing a lot of these red, not super specific, but more versatile dinosaurs are showing up in the S tier. Next up is Kogla and Yidaro's little dumb brother. This is way worse. It has similar abilities and a similar cost even, but it's on a smaller body, and the abilities aren't nearly as good. I had some issues putting this onto the tier list, as you can see, but this is definitely a very low-tiered card. Now, as I get this situated, we'll talk about today's sponsor. Just kidding, I don't get sponsorships, but if anyone's looking to sponsor me, I would happily accept. By far and away, the worst card on this list so far, Ravenous Sailback, goes to D tier. But it's followed by the most played dinosaur probably ever, and for sure in Standard, Topiary Stomper. This is some insane ramp. It's a 3 mana 4/4 that gets you lands, and it's got Vigilance, so once it can attack and block in one turn cycle. This is a super powerful card and goes in pretty much every green deck right now. S tier for sure. Another green dinosaur that's seen a bit of standard play, not nearly as much as Topiary Stomper, but a bit, is Tranquil Frillback. The repeated removal, gaining life, or exiling graveyards allows you to do a lot of powerful things, especially with Wilds of Eldraine Standard having some really good enchantment synergies. Even if the abilities don't do anything, it's still a 3 mana 3/3, so you can get away with it. Alright, let's look at this for a second longer while my tier list reloads. It decided to unload all the images. Wait a second, and they all start coming back. Alright, now get the picture of Tranquil Frillback and place it in the A tier. As we move on, we're getting towards the end of the list, and as such, we get the Phyrexian Dinosaurs. From Phyrexia, all will be one. These are some pretty powerful dinosaurs. Probably not the most powerful on this list, but most of them are insanely powerful. Especially Tyrannex Atrocity and Tyrannex Rex. Those two are really good. Tyrannex Atrocity is the worst of the two. It's a 5 mana 4/4 with haste and Toxic 3. The Toxic 3 is helpful with the life gain synergies going on right now, but really it's kind of mid. It's not bad, and you can run it in a lot of decks and not have any problems. But Tyrannex Rex really makes up for its brother and makes the Phyrexia All Will Be One dinosaurs seem insane. Tyrannex Rex has Ward 4, Trample, Haste, can't be countered, and has Toxic 4. Toxic 4 makes it a 3-turn clock. Ward 4 makes it almost impossible to remove. And with all of the other abilities, the Trample and everything, it's really hard to block. So this is a super powerful card. And the last one is War Trained Slasher from March the Machine. War Trained Slasher is another one of the battle synergistic cards. Menace, and then whenever it attacks, you double its power if it's attacking a battle. Now, if more battles get printed in Lost Caverns of Ixalan, especially ones that care about dinosaurs, this card will become way better. But right now, it's just a 4/3 for 4. Menace is alright, but it's really not even close to the B tier level that we've got here. This is kind of skewed, kind of high, but dinosaurs are just inherently powerful creatures. And when I think about it, Kogla and Yidaro are kind of the weaklings in the S tier, so we'll move them. They're A.5 or like S minus 0.5 or something. But here's the final tier list. We've got a bunch of crazy creatures in S tier, bunch of really, really good cards in A tier, couple mid cards in B tier, but still very powerful cards when you think about it. C tier's got some pretty bad cards, and D tier has the one Ravenous Sailback.